What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. So we are only one day out from the biggest classic physique show of the year, the Dubai Pro. We'll have Wesley Vissers attempt to secure his second pro show win in a row, and with very few opportunities left to qualify for the 2023 Olympia, the pressure is on for Terrence Ruffin to get the victory here. But we also have Madelman returning after taking second place to Wesley just last weekend, and Chen Kang is a bit of a wild card in this lineup who could show up and do his own damage. So I'm going to give you guys my top 4 predictions in this video, and we're going to start out with an update from Wesley Vissers. Now, Wesley has all of the tools to take home another victory here in Dubai. He is leaner than we have ever seen. He really etched in the detail in the legs, which he actually attributes partly to increasing his range of motion over the last year, and he does have the momentum behind him just coming off his victory in Spain last weekend. So the stress is really off of Wesley as well. He is going to the Olympia no matter what happens. But this is not the Europa Pro, and for Wesley to take home another victory, he'll have to get past Terrence Ruffin. And this is looking to be the best version of Terrence Ruffin that we have ever seen. I do think that it is going to come down to Wesley and Terrence when it comes to the top two. And although many consider Wesley the definition of classic physique from a golden era standpoint, Terrence Ruffin really embodies the definition of the modern day classic physique category. And there is a major difference there. Terrence has the shape and flow of what we have come to expect from a classic physique competitor of the modern day. And I think that's really what it's going to come down to. Do the judges want to award the golden era physique or the modern era physique? Conditioning wise, I think these guys are going to be very comparable. Terrence does have the better legs in terms of overall shape, the better X frame, but Wesley I think has the superior upper body. But at the end of the day, I do think that the judges are going to give this one to Terrence Ruffin. And Terrence really should be on that Olympia stage. I think we'll end up seeing Wesley in second place. I think Chen Kang is going to take home third place, and I think Madelman will take fourth place. So let me know in the comments below who you guys have winning the Dubai Pro this weekend, and let me know about your top 4. So switching back to the Open, Charles Griffen is less than 2 weeks out from the Legion Sports Fest. And I will tell you guys right now, Charles wants this one. He wants the victory, he wants to make a statement, and he is willing to suffer to make it happen.
Man, for real, this is the worst I ever felt in any prep. Today, yesterday, fuck it, this whole week, the worst I ever felt in any prep. Y'all know what that means. Dug the fuck out, just hard and nasty. I want this shit bad, baby.
And that level of suffering and level of intensity is really what separates the champions from the other competitors come show day. Charles is beyond peeled, and I mean beyond. He's embraced the level of suffering he needs to go through to bring his best, and it is definitely working. I have not seen anyone with this level of detail in their hamstrings of any other competitor this year. This really is going to be a ridiculous sight to see on stage. Like, you look at the hamstring development and separation, and honestly, it just doesn't even make sense. And Charles is probably nearing depletion at this point, which is even crazier to think. If this translates over to the stage, oh man, it's game over. Charles feels like he was overlooked at last year's Olympia, and after thinking he wouldn't even make it to this year's Olympia after suffering from that minor pec tear, he's leaving nothing to chance. Okay, so next up, Regan Grimes dropped a physique update at 6 weeks out of the Olympia, and now that he's secured the Olympia qualification, the conversation can be had, a realistic conversation about where Regan could place at this year's Olympia. So now that we've seen him in a lineup, we now have kind of a gauge on exactly how much progress Regan has really made over the last year. Now, compared to Nathan Diasha, he definitely had some size on Nathan, so I think he is bigger than when we last saw him on stage. Conditioning-wise, if Regan shows up with the same conditioning at the Olympia that he showcased in Spain, it's going to land him in more than likely the 3rd or 4th callout. His shape will not save him to that degree, and he's not going to outsize anyone in consideration for that top 10. Now, if Regan can bring absolutely lights-out conditioning, we realistically could see him in that 2nd callout, which would be a huge jump for Regan Grimes. And props to Regan for not filtering the hell out of this update that he posted. So, we'll see what kind of changes him and Milos can make over the next 6 weeks. Alright, so next up, Nick Walker dropped a fresh set of check-in photos at 6 weeks out. He's weighing in at 276 pounds in this update, and he's looking to be right on track. He mentions in this update that his front lat spread is improving, and he's right, it definitely is. Nick seems to be opening up a bit more in this pose. You can see more of the lats popping out, and the taper gives him really a just much better overall flow to his physique. Compared to last year, and the year before, Nick is being counted out by a lot of the bodybuilding world for even being in that top 3 again this year. He mentioned it on his YouTube channel recently, and Nick actually thrives when he's counted out because he says that one of his joys in life is really proving people wrong. He does maintain that he will be the Olympia champ this year, and every time he does hit that Olympia stage, his placings do improve, so you guys can take that for what it is. So, we'll see how Nick Walker looks in the next 6 weeks, and you guys let me know if you guys still have Nick in your top 3 or if you see him elsewhere. Anyway, that's it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning into EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.